Hello, everybody. You are watching Mystic TV, and I have a special guest today with me on Skype. Thank God for the internet. We are miles away, but there are no barriers for good people. His name is Sudhir Sharma. He comes from India, from the city on the western side of India. It is called Pune. It is a hilly area very close to Mumbai. Sudhir, hello and welcome at the beginning. How are you?
Hi, Erika. Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you for connecting with me. Me and my audience don't know much about you. So first I would like to hear from you. What is your main occupation? What do you enjoy doing the most? What is your passion? Tell us something about your work, about who you are.
Okay. So your audience doesn't know me, but they know India. So I hope there is a certain image already built into the mind. It's a place of yoga. It's a place of Ayurveda. It's a place of freedom, and a lot of people here. I'm a designer by training, a graphic artist. I studied design in the best institute in India called National Institute of Design. And graduated in 1989, so that's 30 years back. And I started my career as a graphic designer, as a design company. So design is a very new profession in India. Not many people know about design in India. Now I work as a brand specialist. So I have a good reputation in the market of creating many of the well-known brands in the market, automobile, software, banking, IT, those domains. And few years back, I got onto the India Design Council. It's a council made by the government to promote design in India. And that is the time I started looking, and I thought my responsibility is to promote design in India. And I started a magazine. I started publishing a magazine and editing the magazine. And I produced this in my studio here. It's called Pool Magazine. It's creative talent.
Before we say something more about Pool Magazine and all the other occupation you mentioned, tell me, did you always know as a young kid when you were young, what would you like to do when you grow up? Or did your passion kind of grow through your life experiences? How did you decide to be a designer?
It's strange. I'll tell you, I did not know what I wanted to do, but I knew what I did not want to do.
Okay, that's the first step.
So I knew I did not want to do a 9-to-5 job. Okay, I did not want a job where a boss would tell me what to do or not to do. Okay, so I wanted freedom, I wanted to be flexible, and I wanted something creative, somewhere, where you can put your heart and work with passion. Passion is very important for me, because if you work without passion, you are not different than the machine. Machine also works without passion, right? And we're human beings, we need to be full of heart. So I used to do art when I was in school, but I did not know that art is a graduation to design. So you do art and then you do design later on. It's only when I was finishing my school, I heard the word design for the first time, and I was very attracted. It had enough science, it had enough art, it had enough technology, enough business, everything into that. So that's I decided to choose design. Yeah.
So you can say there is a difference between having a job and doing the work that is your purpose. Would you say that you live your life purpose?
Yeah, I think when you have a purpose in life, the life becomes more full. That's how it becomes spiritual, right? You need to find a purpose for yourself. A lot of us will work without purpose. We don't know what we are doing and why we are doing. And the purpose cannot be only to make a living, just to earn enough so that you can have a house and you can have a car, and not enough. You need to do something more in life. So I think I found my purpose very early in life, and I'm very happy with that. because that's a glow which remains with you.
And you really
So
put
it's the purpose, yes.
you really put your heart in it, right? In your work.
Yes.
You've mentioned your Pool magazine. You are a
Yes.
publisher. Can you tell us more about this magazine? What it's about? Probably about designers and everything that goes with it, right?
Yes, so I realized that in India, design is a very new concept. It's not even 50 years old. So, and only in larger cities and smaller places, people don't know much about design. So, design, when you ask somebody design, people think it's fashion design or or interior design. That's it. They don't know more than that. But there's film, animation, there's music, there's graphic design, there's industrial design. There's so much to design, so much more. So I wanted, and India has a lot of talent. We have a very big tradition, 5,000-year-old history of arts and crafts and visual culture, which is very, very rich. Colors, textiles. So I wanted to bring this out. So I started a very small magazine. It's not a very big magazine. I'll show you that.
Can we see?
This is the
oh, nice.
magazine. Yeah,
this is one of the...
Yes, it's the latest issue. You can see the number here. It says 99. So that means, the next issue is 100th issue. I don't believe it myself that there are 100 issues we are doing. But I'll tell you the different thing about this. This person is the best known car designer in India. Okay? And this one, for example, she's a very well-known industrial designer in India. So because of the Pool magazine now, I get to meet a lot of creative people who are making films, people who are doing brands, who are
like a family. Like a family. Nice. So nice.
Like for me, I feel good because I'm learning so much. I learn every issue is full of learning for me. So yeah, it's a pleasure to do the magazine.
Nice.
Can you see? I don't know how much.
Nice design. You also prepare a pool show every year. Can you tell us what is this show about? You have awards for the best designers in India, if I understand correct, yeah?
Yes, yes. So about 4 years back, I was, there is no way the designers are ranked, People don't know whom should they work with, who's the best designers or not best designers. So I decided to do awards because Pool magazine is now very well known in all the design schools and designers. There's very good reputation. So I said, okay, let's bring all the designers together in one place. But to get designers together in one place, I have to give them a reason. So we started holding awards. So we give out a trophy. Let me show you the trophy. That's one trophy.
Oh, okay. Nice. This is the gold one or for the third place, second place or the first place? No?
It's the best.
The best.
It's only best.
Okay.
So this is metal and it's handmade. It's made by hand, this part. In Pune, in our place. And this is laser printed.
Okay.
So this technology and it is handmade craft. We decided to give these awards and to receive these awards, all the entries, people come to India, to Pune from all over the country. So when they come here, they come by flight and they spend the whole day with us. We decided let's put them on stage and start interactions. So we started this event called the Pool Show.
Great. We have a few video clips from one of Pool shows. I think it's from the last year. No, from this year.
From this year?
Yeah, from this year. So if you agree, we will take a look. Yeah? Let's take a look.
Yes. Great idea.
It's pool time. school has always been a great experience. I think it's more a family now. So it's a place where we come, meet, talk about our pains and gains through the year.
And this platform just allows you to see there is so much collaboration happening all around you. And in this industry, when you go together, you go far.
So we have actually grown reading cool magazines. So it's really great to be here finally.
It's good to be here every year and see all these people talk about design and very passionate things.
So we've seen some video clips from the last pool show in India. Sudhir, back to you. I've seen your blog on your website. You have very interesting topics, I must say, connected to design, of course. And I was very amazed by the one that you called "Why Confusion is Good." You wrote, "Every design project needs to start with confusion and the process takes you to clarity. Every design project also provides a moment of spiritual bliss when the clarity comes." That's a beautiful statement. Well, the fact is, everybody knows confusion and chaos, but not everyone knows how to clarify it. How do you come to clarity? In what way does your work provide that spiritual bliss you were talking about?
So, two things. One is there's something called the design process, the thinking which all designers around the world follow to do their projects. And design process is a very simple process in which you do research and you come with the ideas, you test your idea, and then you put it out in the market. So it's a proper process. Now, design process is what makes design different than the art. Art has no process. Art is internal. You know what you feel, you put it out. Design is not internal. Design is external coming into you. So you have to take from inside and you put it in. And when you start on a project, you don't know what is going to happen. You don't know the answers, because that's why you start a project. So that's why when you start a project, it's a lot of confusion. You don't know the answers. And as you go through the process, you come to the clarity and you say, what is the answer? You see that answer very clearly. And I see this and I feel this. And I think every designer, every creative person, every artist in the world feels this. The moment you have an answer to a problem, that moment is a spiritual moment. Right? You think of some music you want to make and you've been thinking, can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this? But one time you take a shower and the water's falling in your head, you say, oh my God, I can do this. That is a spiritual moment. I call this a spiritual moment because you cannot explain. It's a bliss. It just fills you with, you feel excited, you feel happy, and you reach somewhere. So I think of this when our gurus, Swami, people who do meditation, how do they feel the spiritual bliss? It's the same as the artist feels the spiritual bliss. There's no difference. How Buddha, for example, got enlightened, He was sitting under the tree and he has these big questions in his head about life, what is death? And he suddenly got that in his head. So that is spiritual. So I think it's very important.
So like you said, you can compare this work with meditation and other spiritual techniques in a way. You have to open, that's the important thing. But what would you say, what is the main difference between a great designer and an average designer, if I use this word? Maybe, like you said, you have to be open to ideas in that blissful way. What do you think? What is the difference?
I think there is no difference. There is only great designer. There is nothing called average designer. It's like all artists are great. You cannot have an average artist. It's like you have to have your full heart into something when you're doing something. To do something, you have to do it with full heart. The moment you have your full heart, full passion, full energy, that's the best you can do. That's why you become the best designer. What we call as average designer is when we see somebody who's not interested in design, not interested in design art. He's actually interested in doing something else, but for some other reasons, I'm making him do this. Right? So he has the skills, he has the techniques of doing design, but not the heart into that. So then he becomes the average designer.
Yes, and we can put your thought in general on all areas, not just design, probably in all work. Heart has to be open for make a great job. Yeah.
Absolutely. Just like music, if you play from the heart, like you can see on the person's face, you feel the music even if you don't understand it. But if a person knows how to play the guitar and he doesn't have his heart into the music, he will play guitar well, but you're not going to enjoy the music, right? It's just like that.
It's the same. So this would probably be the advice for all people, for all the designers actually that are watching us, all creative souls, all the companies, individuals maybe that want to be more successful in their work, want to create their brand and that are on the beginning of their own brand journey. Probably this is the tip from you, to have a heart, to put all your energy like you said, or maybe you can say something more to them. What would you say? How to succeed in your area in designer's work?
I think just focus on what you have to do. Don't worry about other environment. Don't worry about what people will say. Don't try to change the results so that you will get something else. Just focus on the problem and focus on the solution. Yeah. Right. So you just need to purify yourself. Put full heart into what you're doing. Enjoy it. It's very, very important to enjoy it. And when somebody is doing something and he's enjoying it, it's beautiful to look at that person, right?
Yeah.
It's like that person has a God inside, so it's beautiful.
It's easy but complex at the same time, right? It's not easy to be yourself sometimes because the society tells you how you have to be to succeed or to be a right person, but you can do it if you listen to yourself, probably.
Yeah, I think it needs training. You need training, and I think teachers can do a great job there. Teach people how to enjoy their work. Once they enjoy their work, other people enjoy their work, and I think you produce good work. Right. If you don't enjoy your work, nobody will enjoy your work.
Well, I'm enjoying interviewing you at this moment, so thank you for that. If we move from design to India now. I haven't been to India yet, I must admit, but I know there is a lot to see there, I believe. How do you see the culture in India? What would you say to me? What should I see there? What would you recommend for me to see in India? Maybe in Mumbai, where you come from.
I think there's nothing in India to see. It's not a place to see, it's a place to feel. Yeah, so it's a place to experience, and many experiences, many different experiences, smells, taste, the atmosphere. I travel quite a bit around the world. So I've been to China, to Europe, to US, to Japan, to many countries. Yeah. And now I feel the difference between India and the other countries. I feel the difference is that in India, you find people very warm, very, and that the warmth is not affected by where they stay and what they eat and how they wear. No, it's not the warmth of a person is not because of his economic status. It's not to do with how much he's earning or what he's doing. No, it's something there in the air. So people are happy.
Good. You haven't been to Slovenia yet, right?
Where is that?
Come on, Sudhir, you must see the Slovenia. But I know that you've seen some pictures from of Slovenia and that you were amazed, right? You said heaven on earth.
It's beautiful. can't imagine places like this. But the advantage Slovenia has, or other places have, there are very few people, so it's easy to keep places clean and working.
Yeah.
In India, we have a lot of stress. We have more than 1 billion people here, which is one by seventh population of the world lives in India. That means our resources are very stressed. If you go to any flight, any time of the day, it's always full. Always too many people in India. But with that too many people, I think too many stories and too much art and too much thinking and too many. I think a lot of things to love in India. It's very difficult for me to tell you. You have to come here.
Yeah, that's true. And you also have to come to Slovenia. I hope it will happen. But first, you will meet Vlado Franjevic, that actually connected us in Liechtenstein soon on 28th of November this year, of course. You will visit the event connected to Spiral Channels. This is the international project. This event will take place in National Museum in Liechtenstein, organized by Spiral Channels Support Association. Our colleague Vlado Franjevic, who is also a president of association, will talk about activities and the frame of Spiral Channels project this year. And what is your role in this event?
I met Vlado, I think in 2005 in Jordan. We were both lecturing in the same college, and I was very fascinated by this person. He's an artist, and he looks a little not in this world. He looks like he came from somewhere else, and it was very fascinating to be with him, and we became very close friends. And he told me about his project on spiral channels, and I relate to it very closely because in India we have a concept called Kundalini. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
Kundalini.
It's
spiral.
Yeah.
Kundalini is spiral.
Yeah.
So in Indian tantric art and mythology, we believe that the energy a person has is in spiral form. It starts with our base and it comes a little above our head. So there are different chakras at different levels of Kundalini. So I was very fascinated with connecting a spiritual concept and an art concept together. So I joined with his work. I think Vlado is very, very passionate about what he does. And he came, he wanted, I was finishing 100 issues of Pool magazine now, and I am preparing a presentation to present in different countries. And when I met him this year in Liechtenstein, he said, "Why don't you come and make a presentation in our museum?" And he has a beautiful museum. It's such a lovely country again, such a beautiful place. So I'm very
also small. It is small, but it's beautiful, like Slovenia. Yeah. Sorry, just continue. Yeah.
I'm very honored to have this opportunity to come to Liechtenstein and present the 100th issue of Pool magazine. And I want to make a presentation on design in India and 100 issues of design in India. That is the beginning of my lecture for the whole year, which I give in different countries. I will be talking in Singapore, in China, then later in Germany, in India, and many places. So I'm very happy to be a part of the Spiral Channel. So it's a spiral, you see.
Yeah,
the world is like
that's true. That's true.
Yes.
Sudhir, thank you very much. I wish you all the best. Thank you for this very warming interview. And thank you, of course, that you take time for this interview. I hope we see each other in India or Slovenia, maybe. I don't know.
Why don't you come to Liechtenstein? I'm inviting you for my...
Maybe. You never know. You never know. I will be there, if not physically, but with my heart and my mind. So
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed the interview.
thank you. And in the end, let's roll the Spiral Channels hymn. You probably have heard of Spiral Channels hymn. We will hear the instrumental cover by Thomas Schaufert that was introduced on one of the previous events of Spiral Channels, and he will also be the guest of this year's Spiral Channels event in Liechtenstein, right, with you. The song was originally texted by Vlado Franjevic in Croatian language, and I composed the song. The text in English was, I think, translated also by Vlado. Actually, we will hear now the song, and of course, thank you all for watching, and thank you, Sudhir. Thank you very much.